Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. I have spent quite some time working on Shaman, especially trying to work on some slower Shaman decks. According to statistics, aggro Shaman is the only Shaman archetype that has success on the ladder, but I wanted to try if there's anything else that can be done, so I played various control Shamans and Highlander Shamans, and this is, I believe, the strongest non-aggro Shaman deck. It's a Quest Galakrond Shaman, and I was having a pretty decent win rate with this. I would say that this deck is capable of climbing the ladder. It's not one of the fastest decks to climb the ladder with. You can definitely do better. It's a rather mediocre deck, but it's good enough to actually climb with, so that's something different for Shaman. The idea of the deck is fairly simple. You have Corrupt the Waters, the quest, play 6 Battlecry cards, you get Heart of Vernal, so your hero power becomes that your Battlecry is triggered twice during that turn, it costs 2 mana, so then you have a bunch of fairly cheap Battlecry cards and lackeys and stuff, and then you can just pew pew pew, get a lot of Battlecry activations going. So some of those are just downright hilarious, like Dragon Ball Poacher. If the opponent has a dragon and you've completed the quest and you use your hero power, and Dragon Ball Poacher becomes a 12/12 with Rush, so it can actually kill any dragon in the game. And of course, Life Drinkers, 6 damage, 6 healing, Sky Generals, Crags, 2 4/2 Parrots with Rush, and like Corrupt Elementalist bringing out 4 2/1 minions with Rush and invoking your Galakrond 4 times alone. So there are some pretty sweet things you can do with that. However, you probably don't get to keep that hero power for the entire game, because you also have Galakrond the Tempest. And you can double up Galakrond's Battlecry, so ideally you want to double up Galakrond's Battlecry so that you're going to get 4 8/8 minions with Rush if Galakrond the Tempest is fully upgraded. And then you try to win the game with that. Then your hero power becomes that Galakrond hero power to summon a 2/1 Storm with Rush. So then you can't double up the Battlecries anymore, but that's acceptable. And sometimes you also complete the quest by playing Galakrond the Tempest, because it's also a Battlecry card. And if you do that, then actually you become Galakrond, but you get the Corrupt the Waters hero power, so you don't get the Galakrond hero power. That rarely happens, but I've used that a couple of times too. I went through several iterations of this deck, but this deck I believe is now pretty much optimal. Double Dragon Ball Poacher is a bit of a question mark. I had some success also running with mind control decks, but right now with Dragon Hunters and stuff, it seemed that the Dragon Ball Poacher was doing better. And another card that I did experiment with and without as well was the Dragon's Pack, because I've seen that lots of people have been dropping Dragon's Pack from Galakrond Shaman now that no longer summons 5/6s but instead summons 4/5s. But I just found it essential to survive against all the hunters and stuff, because getting those 2 taunt minions can really help you survive hunters, survive rogues. They don't get to Leroy your face quite as easily. So you just try to complete your quest quickly, invoke your Galakrond, become Galakrond, finish the game with that. And if all of that fails, you still have Shudderwock left. So Shudderwock can repeat all the battle cries that you have played, including summoning those Galakrond minions again. Pretty powerful stuff. And also don't underestimate Kronks, because you have the ability to create lots of small minions, and one of the Kronks devastations is to give all of those minions +2/+2. So it's kind of a mini Bloodlust, so you also have access to that sort of feature in this deck. Overall a fun deck, not super powerful, but just strong enough that you can climb with this still. As for the mulligans with this deck, there are 3 cards that you always keep, every matchup. You keep the quest, the Questing Explorer, and the Licensed Adventurer. Pay a quest on 1, and then on 2 you have a 2-drop that benefits from your quest, and that is really essential. Other than that, it really depends. If you already have those pieces, then you can look for a curve. That curve can involve like Devoted Maniacs, for example. Then sometimes you want to hold on to Sandstorm Elementals if you expect a lot of tokens, and Sky General Crag Can be good in some of the slower matchups. There are not that many slow matchups right now though, but there's something like a priest, for example. Sky General can be a good keep. If you enjoy this content, you can support the channel by joining as a subscriber or as a member on YouTube, and joining as a follower or subscriber on Twitch. And now, let's go take a look at Quest Galakrond Shaman in action. I might need all of this stuff against Hunter, but is Dragon Spec still a keep? Maybe it's not a keep. Might be. Oh, Leosker subscribed. Thank you so much for your support. Appreciate that. I was still thinking about the previous game, so I Mulligan did correctly in this for this one.
You can count on me. I'm certified.
So this wasn't good. Well, at least he needs an arcane shot in order to save the Face Stalker. That's something. Maybe some snakes. Always be some snakes. Time to use one coin. Yeah, I guess, because there's always the risk of like an animal companion giving him Leok or something. I think I want to take out a couple of those snakes here. One invoke on the Galakrond. Oh, it's a Highlander. Okay. He can magnetize on this. That would be a problem. Guess I still need to play this one now. I hope there's no Celiacs in hand. Snip Snap isn't bad either. It's not quite as bad as a Celiacs though. Oh dear. Don't have any dragons in hand. So it's a Highlander, so there's no second snake trap. Probably need to use this to trade. Need one more before I can double up battle cries. Not looking good. Very unlucky things happening here. My draw is miserable. This draw is really miserable. Let's check out on freezing. Nope, no freezing. I just need to set up these here. Try to avoid getting hit in the face, but this draw was a disaster. Well, it was my own fault for keeping dragons back in the Mulligan. Although, of course, everything that I have drawn has been terrible ever since. Regardless, but... And there's a shield. Shield allows me to finally kill the Ursatron. And then the Death Rattle will proc. I can use Sandstone to kill these. So that he can't, if he drew the Celiacs now, he can't magnetize it. If we do Dragon's Bane, yeah, then we'll see. Where's the 5 damage going? The 5 damage missed. That's a piece of great news. Will I survive? We'll see.
The bigger they are.
I think I need Poacher now. Kill that. I want to kill the dragon too. Bran is lethal.
Life and hope.
Dragon Queen Alexstrasza top deck is really good. At least it is not quite lethal. One more free dragon in hand. Do I need to summon 4/4/4s now? I think I may have to, yes. I think that is necessary. I can kill this. But I can kill this. And I can kill this. But it's really hard to recover from here. Could have definitely used a bigger Shadowrock Battle Cry, but we'll see. There's probably an explosive trap out there. Explosives and rat, right? I need to Alexstrasza my own face next turn. Hit him in the face and Alexstrasza my own face.
The harder they fall.
That goes into the explosive trap now. I go down to 8. It goes down to 14. And then I'll take myself to 15. Okay. So that I'm out of reach of a Bran lethal.
Bigger they are.
Let none survive.
Hunter's defending, that's a great sight. Rat trap left. What if I play Shadowrock? I summon a pair of 4/4s. I summon some 2/1s. I guess it's not good enough. I can only play 2 cards because of the rat trap.
Of course it's the right way.
So Dragon Pact Questing Exploring or a hero power. Not threatening, not quite threatening lethal here. But I have a life drinker in the Shadowrock. So if I get to go face.
Your wish is my suggestion.
So Zephyrus for a brawl. Well, it's good that Zephyrus is used like this. Oh, come on! That, on the other hand, was really bad. So Bran is 10 damage. I'm at 11. Bran is not yet lethal. Is it still necessary to do the Shadowrock now? Yes, it is necessary. Shadowrock has to be played now.
Approaches.
I have endured enough.
So I need to know every bit of the meta before I can do that properly. Warlock A. I would assume it's Zoo. But it could be a Galakrond Warlock too. Galakrond Warlock would never use a coin. So it's Zoo. Okay. let's see what we can do about that. Evil Genius eats the egg. I figured as much. I need to play the Sandstorm, right? What if he has a Grim Rally for these? That would be terrible for me. Playing Sandstorm this early does suck a little. I could also get 2 minions on the board by playing the License Adventurer, then playing the coin and then the Sandstorm. Then my next turn would be Novice Engineer. I'll play just Sandstorm, and I squelch you. Maybe this is enough. And maybe it's not enough. That can happen too. Should have played the Licensed Adventurer.
You can count on me. I'm certified.
Should have played that one, it would have been better after all.
This wasn't on the map.
Well, we'll do what we can. At least I have the shield coming. Shield gives me one more rush minion. Shield on the board. There's nothing to magnetize on that deck, so there's no reason for me to kill the mech. 5 out of 6 into the quest.
The fires of vengeance burn bright.
On the wings of evil.
Okay.
Bones of the fall.
He won't be attacking. Yeah, I figured as much. But I need to just do the Devoted Maniac. Yeah, Poacher's not good enough. Needed to hero power first, I guess. Yeah. A little bit sloppy. Kill that one. Kill that one that has more health. And value trade the Lackey just in case there happens to be a... evil recruiter. It's not looking good. Ouch, 2 Lackeys too. If you can find like a Grim Rally or something. That would be awful for me. Oh.
On the wings of evil.
Oh. I mean, not a single one of those knives went face. Excellent, excellent sniper. I'll just play the Slurper here. Need to get the Faithless Corruptor out there. Need to shoot down the Knife Juggler. Do I trade both Lackeys? Is there an Evil Recruiter in this deck? Then this one can get a value trade.
Speak to me. I will not be rushed. Assimilate.
I think I'll take down just one of the Lackeys. Possibly prevent value trades unless there's something. But yeah, missing that one hero power might prove fatal.
How about a new life?
That's not terrible though. That's not terrible at all. This could have been so much worse. This just could have been way, way worse. So I could play the Devoted Maniac now. I know he has 2 dragons in hand. So I have 2 poachers in hand. My options are the Maniac. Then I can kill this and value trade this. Or it's the Dragon's Pack. Maniac can be used later on too. I think this is a Dragon's Pack turn. Let's get those 4/5s out there. They should be pretty decent against this. Then I keep more options open with the Maniac or with the Poachers. Maniac can clear 3 minions from the board when it's doubled up. That's hilarious.
The bigger they are, the harder they are.
Yeah, that was pretty hilarious.
Why do you call those of the fall?
What next? Oh, a Demon Bolt! I did not see that coming, I have to admit. Did not see that coming. He still has 1 dragon in hand. This one kills that. This one kills that. I'm trading away those demons there. I'll hold on to the poacher for now. We'll see about the dragon later.
I will act as your scale.
Doubled up Shield of Galakrond? Probably, yeah. Let's see what the Slurper gives me first. 2 faceless lackeys, really? So there will be 6 minions on the board. I need to play the Shield of Galakrond first.
I will act as your scale.
These small ones will do trading. This is the moment to play a faceless lackey. But this one, does it go face? I believe it will trade. I believe it's still beneficial to trade with that. Look at that. Well, that's a Deathwing. Use my second poacher. Okay. Well, we got rid of Deathwing, but Sue can draw a lot of cards. That wasn't the game yet. Maybe. Yeah, that was a pretty solid one, for example. On the other hand, was it really good though? I guess it wasn't, because he lost the Death Rattle. I can make some minions too. But I mean, if he draws his Galakrond, he can just win from here. His Galakrond is 4 minions. Galakrond can definitely win this game. So this is far from over. This is another 5 minions. I have 3 on the board, so 1 needs to go. That'll make a bunch of more minions here. Trade out that board. Push face damage. Play as much stuff on the board as I can. But I mean, Galakrond has got to be coming. I have 12 here, but Galakrond puts him to 15 and gives him the 4 demons.
Yes, I will destroy them.
No, there's not enough mana to play the Galakrond. Okay, so Galakrond isn't coming. But something else is. If both of these die, I will have 8 left on board. Probably. Let's see about that. Poachers were really good in the previous game, but not sure how good they are overall. Yup, here it comes. Ouch. I have to play the quest, I can't challenge that otherwise. Would of course love to challenge this directly, but try to like coin the licensed adventure, but it just won't do. Oh no. Oh no. And there's 1 card. Oh no. Okay. If I play this, I get a coin. But then I still can't get the Corrupt Elementalist. I need to play the Questing Explorer. That card would have to be bad, but it was kept, so it should be good. Oh no! That was the best top deck. That was the best possible top deck. Oh dear. Oh, that was crazy. What is the card that he kept? I just need to kill this board right now, right? I think I just have to kill this board right here. Or whatever I can of it. Still leaves 1 minion left. 2 cards. Only 2 cards.
Reporting for duty.
Okay.
You can count on me. I'm certified.
I need to take out the Sky Claw. Next turn I am able to coin a Corrupt Elementalist. No, not a War Gear. He must not draw another buff. If I coin Gronks now. I have to coin Gronks now. Then there's a chance that I can kill the 6/8 if there's no other magnetization here. 2 cards. Is one of those a buff? One of them is a big buff. That was a sick top deck. And the War Gear was sick top deck before that.
For my glory.
Tough. 1 damage from hand is enough.
Deloa, speak to me.
If I can get the Taunt Lackey. But I can't upgrade Galakrond. I don't think the Taunt Lackey is enough. So I guess I died. I was thinking of this elemental adventurer hero power. Get 2 lackeys. If at least one of them is a taunt, then maybe. But then I wouldn't be able to invoke the Galakrond, so I still wouldn't have enough on board to kill. Let's see. Alright, we're up against the rogue. Oh yeah, I do think I played this. Let's see about that. Top deck Seal Fate, the best kind of Seal Fate. I might as well take the tempo and remove the weapon here. I mean, I could try to save this like for the Galakrond weapon, but I think if I try to save it for that, that's just not going to work out. I just saw Seal Fate played. Rock Mulligan and everything. A fairly decent chance there's no backstab in hand. There's one lackey.
On wings of evil.
Yeah, well, I played that deck a lot, I know exactly what it does. I think this is a Sky General turn. And I don't leave him with a minion up. Because next turn would be a Faceless Corruptor turn potentially for him. I don't want him to have a Faceless Corruptor here. I'd rather have a Faceless Corruptor of my own, maybe. Or maybe just a shield. We'll see. Just taking the tempo by removing the dagger. Is it now, okay, if he wants to face tank like these 1 health minions, he would have to spend 2 mana for that. And that's really awkward. But we'll see, there are 2 lackeys in hand.
So many.
And there can be lots of good spells.
Choose soon.
Are you kidding me? That's a weak turn. So many options. I think the shield is fine.
I will act as your scapegoat.
Hold on to Faceless Corruptor a little bit more. Trade out the lackey so that he cannot play Heist Baron now. Not enough mana, Heist Baron costs 6. There is a lackey in hand, of course. There's a lackey and a dragon in hand. And then some other cards. Shark Bait. 4 mana 4-2 rush. That's not bad. Difficult for Rogue to have strong early game turns. Yeah, it is a little bit, of course.
I will act as your scapegoat.
Okay, now if there's a rush lackey, that would be pretty sweet. To kill my 4 or 5. It wouldn't get much sweeter than that. Although I do have a Sandstorm. But like, look, Rogue hasn't been able to dagger up since I took the dagger away. So the tempo I gained from that was just insane. And I think this is the way to play this turn. Sandstorm. Coin. Faces Corruptor on the Sandstorm. Trade away his minion. Keep a lot of board and be able to hit 7 to the face this turn. We want to start pushing in that damage now. Six mana again next turn, 7 with the coin. It's not lethal setup, but anything that we can do to make the rogue uncomfortable is good. Galakrond has been invoked twice so far for the rogue. I wonder too. Rogue has a lot of cards.
Unity, precision,
That's a little bit unfortunate, of course. He wants the rogue right up. If I double up Sandstorm Elemental, that doesn't do a whole lot. Do I let the rogue heal another 3 from that? I guess I do, yeah. On the other hand, next turn I could do such a big Corrupt Elementalist. Do I prepare myself to defend? Or do I just go on the offense with everything? But this does also help if I draw like Galakrond, and I will have 4 invokes ready if I do that. I think this one will trade that one. I'll play the double life drinker. So I push 10 damage here, put the rogue down to 16. Try to use these to defend against whatever the rogue can do. Even if he gets a big Edwin, I will get 8 damage from the Corrupt Elementalist. He could get an Edwin that's bigger than an 8/8, of course. His Galakrond has now been invoked 3 times. And now it has been invoked 4 times. Fully invoked Galakrond. I bet that's coming next turn. I could draw a pair of cards. What if the Galakrond is coming? I've seen both Eviscerates. Both Seal Fates. I've seen Tziliax, but I haven't seen Shadow Steps Leroy. I need to get ready to do Dragon's Pack. So I need to do this now. Kill his Lucky. Get prepared so that I can play the Dragon's Pack next turn. I haven't seen backstabs. There can still be backstabs, there can be Galakrond. Galakrond draws 4 cards. He will miss one of them at the moment. But playing the Kobold Lucky kind of meant that he wants to play Galakrond next turn. It's hard to see why else he would have played it, but to make room in his hand. So I can play a 1 or 2 mana card and then play the Galakrond. But I have the Dragon's Pack so I can get some taunts on the way, if he doesn't build a huge board here. Not Galakrond. Okay, I'm really surprised. He's going to Shadow Step that flick though. He kind of has to, because if he doesn't Shadow Step it, then I have a Galakrond. Now, if I had a Galakrond here, then this would be terrible for him. Luckily for him, I don't. So I need to play the Shark Bait, that's 7. That's 9 damage. 2, 4, 2, 6, 8. I can use the coin. I'll draw 2 cards first. I'll do the Sandstorm Elemental. Then I'll go into Shark Bait. And I can trade the Flick away. So now Flick cannot be Shadow Stepped. But if he finds his Galakrond or if he finds his Dogwaggle. He even has a Lackey in hand now because he had the Galakrond the whole time. Okay, 4 free cards. Alright, then anything can happen. At this point, anything can happen. I've seen one... no, that sap was actually a discovered sap. That wasn't even a real sap. So there can still be a sap coming too. I mean, the weapon is always going face. There's never a reason for the weapon to go anywhere else. That's a Shadow Step. I would be slightly surprised if he used it on the Lackey now. Because he has the Leroy. Leroy plays available. Oh, he had a free Dogwaggle. That's tough. I need some Lackeys here. These Lackeys are probably not good enough, right? I need some spells. Is there something I can do with the Earthquake? Unlikely, I'm just going to die the burst. Maybe there's something I can do. I would kind of need a healing spell. Nope. Trade the Lackey, play the Dragon's Back, but Dragon's Back can't protect me now. I have seen both Eviscerates. And both Seal Fates. I haven't even seen a Backstab though. I've seen both Devoted Maniacs. And the Ciliacs. But I guess I will die. He's going to Shadow... now he considers Shadow Stepping the Heist Baron. But he should attack with it first, and then Shadow Step it.
Double time and double pay.
How about a new eye? How about a new eye?
At least the Faceless Corruptor still does not line up very well against the Spirit Wolf. Unless there's some backstabbing involved. And some Wondrous Wanding.
Darkness wanes.
And those Leroy Shadow Step plays are just going to be the death of me. That's the big problem. How? Praise Galakrond too. So that puts 11 to face, which sets up lethal with Leroy. I just didn't have the cards to do it. Oh, that's 5 damage to face too. What? Why not would you kill your own stuff?
That was frightening.
But I mean, Leroy Shadow Step is lethal now. And I have nothing. I needed to draw my Galakrond. I don't think Earthquake is the answer. I'm not exactly sure what is the answer.
On wings of evil.
These don't look like the answer. These really don't look like the answer. I mean, I guess there's a sap coming. The best I can do is this, but I just don't see how this is going to ever be good enough. Because there's got to be a sap in that deck. But if there's no sap, then yeah, 421 is something that you can't push through, so that is the only out. There has to be a sap.
Act as your skill.
I guess at least there is no sap in hand. That kind of makes life interesting. There was no sap in hand. I can't believe this. There actually wasn't a sap in hand. Okay.
Darkness wanes.
Is this now a turn to play Earthquake? It kills this board. He has some reborns in hand. But I guess I need to.
Your presence offends me.
Hit him for 4.
Of course it's the right way.
Play Questing Explorer. But he's going to draw his sap at some point, right? And the moment he does that, I'll dead to Leroy Shadow Step. Or he might be able to discover a sap. Unless I can draw my Galakrond before that. Because then Leroy Shadow Step doesn't do enough. Unless the Leroy is 0 cost. He's looking for the sap. There has got to be a sap in that deck. That can be a problem too. If there's any damage spells or something.
Darkness wanes.
How would you Shadow Step that though? Oh, for an Edwin. That Galakrond. Yeah, that was really needed at this time.
The oceans stir and the heavens cry.
But I can trade away that huge Edwin. What else do I need to deal with? This one, so that he doesn't get the spell damage. This one, so he can't bounce the damage. He can still bounce the spell generator though.
Approaches.
I think I need to kill that one too. Kill all the useful lackeys. Now there's only one Shadow Step left. So Leroy Shadow Step can no longer kill me. Even if there's a sap. There's the top deck sap. Can there be something left? I mean, I've seen both eviscerates. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.